We're actually going to move on to our next session right now, and I'd like to give a reminder to our young professionals. That's our next item on the agenda that we're going to give. They're going to give a status and update report. You know, the young professionals are absolutely critical to the future of our industry, and the Global Pulse Confederation does have a committee for the young professionals, and you're going to hear more about it. This session is sponsored by Columbia Grain. And I would like to introduce all of the panelists. I'd like to introduce, first of all, Mattia Padon, who's going to lead this discussion, Andach Kalukasha, and Diane Adam, who's going to talk about with you right now on the young professionals. So if I could get everyone's attention, please. We will move into our Global Pulse Confederation Young Professionals status update. So, Mattia. All right, come on up. You good-looking young people here, all right? All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. Come on up, thank you. All right.
All right.
You have presentations to queue up too, don't you?
Yes, we do. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Global Pulse Confederation Young Professionals Forum. My name is Diane Adam, and I am honored today to be here along with my esteemed colleagues, Mattia Pedon and Andach Kulakisa. It is our hopes that we young professionals will play an important role in the future of the global pulse industry. Our agenda this evening will feature an overview of the bylaws that have been structured. We will touch base on our membership while bringing you up to speed on our networking initiatives. We have some exciting updates from the International Year of Pulses, and finally, we will share our team's future plans. Let's start off by introducing to you the GPC YP's amazing leadership team. Our team definitely has an international flavor, represented by 5 key members. Faisal Boumbia from Pakistan is the membership coordinator. He could not join us in Turkey, but is working hard on growing our membership. Mattia Pedon from Italy is the finance coordinator. He speaks many languages, English, Italian, and Mandarin, but he is best known for his financial language. Tala Mubayan from Canada is the networking coordinator. Tala couldn't be here today as she is busily planning our next engagement. Andach Kulakisa is our homegrown Turkish national who is the communications coordinator, and he's always busy communicating and networking abroad for the GPC. And lastly, myself. Last year, I was sitting in the audience, just like all of you, and I knew I wanted to get involved. I joined on as an observer, and before I knew it, I was the chair coordinator. We all hold various positions, but one thread remains true. We are passionate about the Global Pulse Confederation, and we hope that with our contributions to this industry, we can grow awareness while making a real difference. We are grateful of the support and guidance of the remarkable professionals who are eager to help us develop and grow. We are fortunate to have 2 exemplary leaders with us today. Iman, can you please stand? Iman Rida of JETCO is a founding member of the GPC YP. Iman was elected to represent our group on the executive member of the GPC. She has proven to be a wonderful resource and is always willing to help. Thank you, Iman. Atiq, I don't see you. Atiq, now it's your turn. Atiq Ansari of MCO Group in Dubai is also a founding member of the GPCYP. He was elected as the representative of the United Arab Emirates in the executive committee. I had the pleasure of working with Atiq while we structured the bylaws. He truly is an inspiration. Thank you, Atiq. Behind the scenes, we have two advisors, Elise Simpson from Canada and Matias Macera from Argentina. Next up is the update on our bylaws. We were inspired by two distinguished leaders, Mr. Hakan and Mr. Hussein. I don't see them. We adopted the same vision and passion shared by Mr. Hakan, past president of the GPC executive, and that of Mr. Hussein, current president of the GPC executive. That vision has helped us create the bylaws, which are now under review. Thank you, and we look forward to learning and growing under your esteemed leadership. Our vision is to inspire the leaders of tomorrow to promote the production and consumption of pulses globally. Our ultimate objective is to create a community of peers to foster continued education, exchange ideas, and create a safe haven of trust, respect, and integrity, and build leaders who will be groomed to lead the GPC as a respectable business community into the future. We sure have come a long way, and the future looks bright. Speaking of bright, it is now my pleasure to introduce to you Andaj Kulakisa, who will walk through membership and networking initiatives. Thank you.
First of all, welcome to Turkey, and I hope you are enjoying Çeşme and lovely small village Alaçatı, which is the best surf spot in the world. Dayan explained our vision and our structure, and I would like to mention you how to become a member of GPCYP and our current organization. Our membership is unique and open to those aged 18 to 35 years old. At present, we are more than 50 members and growing numbers from 18 different countries. We encourage to get involved with the GPCYP and help us to bring strong professional network for the future. Joining us is very simple. You will send an email at gpcyp@gmail.com, and we will send you a questionnaire. Giving us a brief background of your representation will be enough. All you need is to be a member of GPC, and you are all set of GPCYP member. This gives you a great opportunity to contact us if you are traveling to a new country and would like to meet peers from the same industry in that country. We will give you contacts in that country and try to set a meeting with them. Our aim is to bring at least 10 members every year and grow this organization. For example, I would like to give you an example from myself. Before GPCYP, GPC convention a lot of session and meeting for me. Afterwards, with the help of GPCYP, I had opportunity to meet new people with the same age as me, and not only having fun in networking events with them and create a new business opportunities with them. For example, as Diane mentioned, Talha, when I went to Vancouver, we had a meeting with Talha, which I met in GPCYP, and we have opportunity chance to create how we can improve our business relationship. A large group our group is networking. making strong relationship around the world and strong our passion in one of the greatest industries in the world. This year, we organized an event which organized by Tala in Dubai during Gulf Food. There was more than 15 attendants in that organization. Also, I organized, you can see the picture of our posters about last night. There was more than 35 attendants yesterday. And we had opportunities, network. Afterwards, we had chance to discover Alaçatı and narrow streets. We had chance to see other locations, but I didn't pictures. I didn't put pictures in here. Every year we have meetings and we'll keep going meetings during the year. This year we will have another meetup during CL. Tala will give some information about it during days. Also, me and Iman had attend the meeting in United Nations in Food and Agriculture Organization in Rome about the International Year of Pulses this year. The program was about integration private sector mechanism in UN Committee in the World Food Security. There was more than 141 private sector delegates about CFS committee, which endorsed a plan, an action to build a knowledge skills and talent development for future food security and nutrition. While we are there, we have opportunity to observe how the FAO works and how the law passes during the sessions. And we have opportunity to see World Food Programs decide the aids in different locations around the world. In addition, we had learned some interesting statistics about our organization and agriculture. Agriculture represents 40% of global workforce, and agriculture is the world's largest provider of employees. Over 1.3 billion people. With respect to these data, we have seen our businesses from the bigger perspective. I'd like to give my special thanks to Robbie Anderson, which is organizing this event in Rome, who is representative in Emerging AG and Secretariat of the International Agri Network in UN Committee. Last but not least, about International Year of Pulses, Mattia had organized some events in China, and he will explain our future plans. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andak, and good afternoon, everyone. Let me say that just we are a small group. I can say thank you also to the panelists before. I really appreciate the BEAM panel, especially one person, Randy. And so let's cut to the chase. I'm Mattia Pedon, Managing Director of FACOS Commercial in Italy, and one of the founding members of GPCYP. I personally have the pleasure as I personally have the pleasure, as Andaj said, to represent GPC in the last China Pulse Import and Export Industry Conference. Most of the audience at the conference was mainly was Chinese, of course, and couldn't speak English, and so they was somehow far away from the GPC world. I explained to them what GPC is and what is the importance of the International Year of Pulses. We had also the opportunity to speak with some government officials there and asking them what they are going to do for the International Year of Pulses in China. Another one is always from China. I took one of the video that we was speaking about the pulse.org and the IYP, the website. That is, these are my pulses. I went in the origin, in the farmer origin, and I speak with one of them. asking some question, for example, why is planting beans, and which kind of beans that does he plant, how is his family, which kind of machinery he use, and what is his income. It was actually very challenging because we always go and speak about the market. He was always asking me what will be the price next year, but for me I want just for him to explain what is his business. So the other one, also very fun, was we took the China's dish recipe. We have made in the office, in our office in China, we have made these two recipes using the pulses, and we have sent all the recipe to the website. You know, most of the people say that Chinese doesn't eat beans. They don't eat beans like we are used to, but they actually eat a lot of beans. About the future plan. So now, as my fellow coordinator I say before, we are with the bylaw. We hope that we have a new set of coordinator, because me and Atik and Faisal and Elise, that was the first, and Iman, we was the first coordinator and the first funding member. But now with them, with new blood inside, we have a big expectation from them, and for me as I'm still inside as well. And one of the future plans is, of course, talent development. That means that our organization should find young people inside the organization and make them more close to, and to help to study and help to prove their talent in the industry and in the agricultural industry. And another one is the exchange program. Our GPC YP should aim to list between university, college and other institutions as an exchange program that can aid to education interest, so we can reach youth around the world. The other one is the CIGI course, that is the Canadian International Grain Institute, and through this Canadian institute is designed to provide individual understanding of the Canadian global business operation. This program provides an overview of the role and different stakeholders with the industry, such government, regulatory, industry association, grain company, transportation, producer, and their relationship with each other. Of course, the future plan is the future of the world as well. So social media, that is our Facebook and Twitter account, and it is very active, sometimes more active than the real GPC one. Sponsorship. So as the financial coordinator, I'm in charge of the finance of the organization, and I want to explain that for us, our organization has two ways of funding itself. One is with GPC year budget, and the other one is with member donation. Means that any of you can make a donation to us. If you want also right now, you can raise your hand, and we will come to you and we'll write down your name. Otherwise, you can search for me or any other one of the coordinator. And the money that we will take, we will use it mainly for meeting at this time. But we are hoping to reach to more people and to have more fund to start even bigger project. I think, as they say before, we have come a long way. I'm very happy and I'm very proud of the people that was sitting here last year, and I'm even prouder of the people that will be sitting here next year. And so for me, one person that I would like to ask to come to the stage is Atik, because I think that Atik is the symbol of what the GPC YP, the old CYP, is representing. I asked him a favor to tell us his story inside the GPC YP, and so please, Atik.
Thank you, Mattia, but I think you said already what I had to say. I made some notes. Okay, yeah. First of all, thank you all for coming. I think we have more people in the room here than we had last year, so that's a good sign. But anyway, you know, talking about CYP, I think you know, it's been quite an experience and also been a challenge for us. We were very enthusiastic bunch when Hakan came out a few years ago in the Dubai convention and talked about encouraging young people to be a part of the executive and to have a major role, a more prominent role to play in the organization. It was just an idea, but today, you know, it's good to see that we have a working group who's actually working very actively to get young members together. We have, you know, networking events. People are talking to each other. But you know, I'd like to tell you a story. I joined this business quite early. My father pushed me into it. I didn't like commodities so much, but he said I have to do it. But I remember Vancouver in 2001 when I came for my first convention. I had seen so many people, you know, in the room, and I just got out of college, and I was scared because you know who to talk to. You just know one or two people. You don't know who to go around with, and you know. And then you realize that, you know, over the years, slowly you build your network. But it's been a long time now, 15 years since then, you know. But now with this, what we wanted to do was we wanted to create this open arms atmosphere among the GPC, so young people coming in don't feel lost. They feel that they have somebody they can correlate with, they can make friends with, you know, they grow with the organization. And this is, I mean, I was quite surprised. We had an event yesterday for, as Andash was mentioning, and we had around 35 people. So, you know, and all these people are fresh faces in the industry, and some of them have very passionate, have some fantastic ideas of what they want to do, and now we have a voice. So, and a big example of that is Iman being on the, Iman? Yes, is a big example is, I mean, you're busy, I just want you to listen to us. Yeah, a big example is Iman being on the executive council because we finally been given a voting seat on the executive council. But more importantly, also for me personally, I had a lot of mentorship opportunities with people like Hakan, like Hussein, Sudhakar, and you know, a lot of people in the industry, and they're willing to help, but we have to approach them. You know, somebody has to go to them and ask them what we can do. And I encourage all you youngsters to be, I mean, I'm also young, but I'm saying, I mean, all of us to be more, you know, passionate about pulses, passionate about our business, and more importantly, to create this bond. That's what's missing among us. You know, we all have a common intention. We all, you know, trade in business. Whether you make a profit, you make a loss, what country you come from, irrespective, we have some common traits among us. And you know, we should focus on these. And the biggest common trait I feel among the youngsters is passion. You know, okay, they like to go out to nightclubs and you know and have fun, but passion for business, passion for making a difference, passion for doing something new, you know, and to help and to come forward and to take initiative doing things. And I think this is the most important thing that's coming out of this group. And there is a lot of passionate people who are passionate about business, getting together, you know, becoming friends, doing business again in a new way. And this is what we want to see in CYP. And I think, you know, we had those old days of my word is my bond. Nobody had contracts, so handshake meant everything. And I think with this kind of group and this kind of friendship coming in and this kind of, you know, value sharing happening among the youngsters, I feel that this is what we should be working towards. In terms of activities, there are a lot of things we're planning with the GP. I'm on the executive now. Luckily, I had an opportunity. I got pushed by Hakan to apply, and I got onto the GPC executive. But we're working on so many new ideas now. We're looking at a new website, which we want to involve more youngsters in, the GPC youth. We're looking at giving more of a budget so we can have exchange programs, take some of our members to Africa, to growing regions, doing some exchange programs with internships with some big companies. And you won't believe how many of the executive members and some of the old stalwarts in the industry are willing to help and come forward. So I encourage you to, you know, be with the CYP, see what we all are doing, and you know, I know business is tough, and I think Pulse's business is a very, very tough business. You know, a lot of competition. It's very easy, no barriers to entry. But you know, through CYP, through being a part of a group with a common goal and a common intention, there's a lot much more we can achieve. I have a word which always sticks to my head. I was told this by my teacher. It's called fire in the belly. It's not for meeting pulses, but you know, as a young guy growing up, what will always drive you is that fire, and that is very important to have. And I encourage all of you to have this. I mean, not gas problems, but fire in the belly. Thank you very much, Satya.
All right, I think this is the end of our presentation. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask us, or you can ask us after. We've got a question here.
I would like to start with family communication. So, Mattia, next time when you need money, ask Randy, please. Okay. And
if someone owe me one, I need to ask Randy as well.
Come back serious. I think that you are the future of our industry, and maybe inside your group we have the future of our president. So what I would like to ask you, and that you ask the organization, that next time to give space for your speech, not at the last time in the afternoon, but maybe in the beginning of a day, because I think that is very important that not only few people, maybe relatives or parents, hear you, but also the many people that we have outside this room. Thank you.
Regarding your notes, yes, you are right. Maybe it is not the right time, but I'm pretty satisfied of the result that we have this time, because you need to understand that it is a very young organization. We don't have, well, the bylaw is under reviewing now, and until we don't have the bylaw, I was speaking about this topic with Akan yesterday, and by the way, I would like to thank Akan as well as Atik did, because he was one of the main pusher on this association. So apart from that, it is until you don't have the bylaw, you don't have the structure. If you don't have the structure, it's very difficult to embrace some project, even big project. So right now, what we are discussing, what we are trying to do is, the vision that we have is that GPCYP need to become a boot camp for the GPC Executive Committee. Means that the younger generation should start going through the study of the GAFTA and the international trading and everything that they can get inside the GPCYP. Be prepared to go inside the executive committee. So in that way, we don't have the father give the position to the son, or this company give position to someone else inside the executive committee, but we have the executive committee that can decide and vote on who is coming inside, already knowing how it works. You are a businessman, you know very well that it is very difficult to evaluate a worker on when you have the audition, when you have the interview with him. But after he start to work, you understand, oh, this one is a good one, this one is a bad one. So we want to be the after interview of, or you can say the pre-GPC executive committee, so that only the good one and only the one that prove on the ground that they can work can go inside the executive committee. I think why I asked Atik to come is because he has the biggest consensus on votes on going inside the GPC executive committee. Why it is like this? What is the reason? The reason is very simple. They know him. They know that he can work well. They know that he is very structured, and they know what he has done inside the GPC YP. So we are taking this model and try to make it bigger, such that everyone that is under 35 and come to this organization, come to this convention, will not feel alone, will not feel I need to stay in the corner because I don't know anyone here. Is first of all, they can come to us and we can go out and party together, but that is not important. What important is that is a leader to come to the executive committee. So this is our main goal, and this is a big challenge, of course. I don't know if you want to add something.
And he mentioned about the sponsorship. With these sponsorship, after the bylaw pass, we will have a talent development and internship programs and then exchange programs, also education programs like GAFTA and trade agreements. So this will create us to build our future and our business future. So your support is very important.
Any other questions?
That was very nice, very public family communication. Thank you very much. I understand the age bracket for, it's not a question, it's just observation, that the age bracket for young professionals is 0 to 35. So for those who have just crossed 35, for people like Tim and me, I think we should also have a category who are young at heart, maybe, something like this, no?
We're always open to mentors. So it's our responsibility as the GPC YP to come out to leaders like Sudhakar or Atik or anyone else in this industry to go out and actually talk to them and try to learn as much as possible. 18 to 35 is just to be a member of the GPC YP, but everybody's young at heart, so I don't think that's a big problem. Any other questions?
Thank you. I just wanted to say that I'm proud of the work that you've done this year, putting bylaws together, participating in Rome as part of the International Year of the Pulse, in China, Mattia, doing what you did to get excitement going about the International Year. And I know sometimes that you're discouraged because when you have your conference calls, you try to have membership meetings, you don't have the participation that you need or you feel you need. But you just said you have passion about pulseless. So with your ongoing passion, just keep trying and always know that it's just a few people that do the work. So with that, congratulations, and we look forward to all kinds of good stuff that you're going to do over these next number of years.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cindy.
Hi. I would like to know something about the bylaws you're talking about. What exactly are they? Since I'm joining for the first time, I don't know what are bylaws and what are you working on. So if you can provide some clarity, I'll be enlightened.
So last year when I was sitting in the audience just like you, the founding members, which included Iman, Atik, Mattia, Faisal, and Elise, they wanted to start writing the bylaws. Mr. Hakan had asked all of these members to start structuring something so we have a proper balance and structure to what the GPC YP will be. So over the past year, we wrote the bylaws. We have a good structure in place. And over the past committee meeting, these bylaws were given to the executive committee and they had to review it. So right now, it's under review and they hope that within a few weeks, we will come up with a good structure and maybe we can pass those bylaws in the upcoming meeting with the GPC executive. Atik also probably would be able to
just to add, we've been drafting the bylaws. The main reason we've been doing this is to have continuity. So for example, okay, now we're out of the executive, we're out of the 35 age bracket. So one day they'll be out of the 35 age bracket. So the most important reason to have bylaws is to have a kind of formal structure so that this legacy continues and everybody coming in the organization has a proper, a place to go to. So basically bylaws means just rules of the organization and what is done and the main vision and mission and other things. We'll be coming out of them shortly.
Thank you.
Iman, you should speak now.
Hi. So I say thank you to the new coordinators. GPC is getting good traction. A lot of new members. We had a fabulous event last night. So well done for that. And I look forward to all the new things that are coming. One thing to put coordinators and to the attendance today is that the GPC is going to look forward into the coming years on how to continue this hype on the IOP. This year is an important year. A lot of activity has been going around the world, which has been fabulous. So what the GPC is going to be looking for is the help and the enthusiasm of the youth to get on board to the new committees that are being formed to sort of build that strategic plan for the next 5 to 10 years. So be involved, have your ears open, and I will communicate with you more on how to get in touch with Gordon Bacon and Mr. Hussain, and we'll see how you guys will give us new ideas and keep that in mind for your next meetings.
Perfect.
Thank you everyone for attending.
Yeah, I think that we can wrap this up. And actually for the young people inside the room that is part of our organization, we are going to use the room as a brainstorming area. So please stay here for a while and we will come to you and we will start to ask you some questions as well.
Thank you.
Very good. I'd like to give a big round of applause to all of our young professionals here for the Global Pulse Confederation. Someone told me recently that Dayan recently was married in February and to a beautiful bride that I saw pictures of. And so again, a big round of applause for Diane for engaging in the married life now. Congratulations. What's that? Oh, at Ticket of course, yes. It's an epidemic. So now we have young professionals and also there's romance in the Global Pulse Confederation. It's so great. Oh, we got married in December. Oh my gosh. All right, it's an epidemic. Okay, just like the International Year of Pulses. Thank you very much. There's a small gift for you as you leave the stage. Very good. Thank you very much, John. All right. Thank you. Okay. All right, so that ends our session for this afternoon, and I would like to thank Columbia Grain, our session sponsor, and again, our speakers. As Iman said earlier, we do have a strategic planning session, and we want the young professionals to be part of that as we move in here the next couple of months, and we will be reviewing the bylaws as an executive committee at our meeting in Seattle. I want to remind the delegates that there is a cocktail reception for our Bell. The 6th International Photography Awards ceremony will be in the Felix Room. Also, the Canadian government is having a dialogue session for Pulses in the Aristo Room starting at 4:30. So, again, if you want to go to the International Photography Awards ceremony, it's going to be in the Felix Room at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow, we start off at 10 o'clock with the GAFTA presentation. And at 11 o'clock, we have the Global Chickpea Outlook. So I hope to see you here bright and early on time at 10 o'clock. And enjoy your evening. Good night.